There's a girl in the airport that I saw 2 hours ago that was wrapped all the way in black except for here.
Yeah.
So
where's she going? Vacation?
well, I don't. We're not going
Aruba.
to
None of your goddamn business, just like everything else about her.
Where's she going? Cuba?
Dude, I was just in Italy, and I saw a couple on a date, like a Muslim couple on a date in this this was in Rome on a date, and they were out in this like super busy area near the Spanish Steps, and she was in a full burqa, and I wanted to stop because I really was like, how does she eat?
I want to show you a friend of mine.
I think they have to put the fork like underneath.
I guess
maybe.
they must,
but like it goes all the way down, so they have to go.
Start from the very, just a straw. You go, can you just blend this?
This is a girl. I don't want to show it to this camera. This is the girl that's a close friend of mine. Look at everything. What is she wearing that all has in common? Every single one has the same thing in common.
Oh, Let's Go Brandon merch, if everybody's wondering.
If you can't tell,
I really don't know.
no pants. Meaning
she can't wear pants.
She wears a skirt.
What's that for?
It's religious.
What religion?
It's Pentecostal Christianity.
I like that one.
Yeah.
That one's making some sense.
But she would never own a pair of slacks or shorts or
The
anything.
religion says girls can't wear pants.
That's same with
Yeah.
Jews, with Jewish women.
Thou woman shall not attempt to wear pants in the relationship.
You go, wait, what?
The Orthodox Jewish women here, they all wear long dresses.
And she's also never cut her hair, and doesn't believe in makeup.
All hair?
Dude. I don't know that part.
I would guess probably a good.
But then you go, like the girl in the airport that. What's funny to me is that she the girl that wears nothing or wears everything and can only see out of here, and the guy also is like wearing like jeans. And you're like, what? How did he get out of the system?
I think maybe when we were in Miami or another time, and we were at the beach. And there was a woman in a burqa at the beach, and her boyfriend was in a Speedo. And I was like, this is one of the most unfair things I've ever seen in my life. You drag her to the beach to wear a burqa. It's like, 100 degrees Miami.
What?
South Miami. And he's in a Speedo. He's not even like meeting her halfway with the board shorts. Speedo.
Or like a swim shirt.
Yeah, like no swim shirt. Speedo. She's in like, I guess there's like a swim burqa. So it's like, it'll be like a Lululemon fabrics or whatever,
it's like
but
a
still
looser.
black, jet black, in the hot Miami sun.
What's crazy is that like everybody like in the 90s like didn't know what he had the internet, so he didn't know what was going around everywhere. Now you're like, could you imagine if that girl like is like a smoke show underneath?
Mm-hmm. And some of them are,
and she sees they have to
just based on the odds. They have
some of it, maybe if they weren't, they'd be like, I'm cool with the burqa.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. But then if somebody's like they see how these TikToks are like going off, they're go.
Like, I think the hotter they are, the narrower the eye slit.
Is that the thing?
Yeah, that's way.
Oh, that's that National Geographic thing.
You're right though, because it might be like that's one of the reasons why the husband's so militant about it. If the girl's like disgusting, the husband would be like, yeah, no one's hitting on you. It's fine.
He's like, you wear whatever you want. Oh yeah, I mean, that's just.
So if
you have to keep like, because what happens with those it's like borderline occult. What happens is everyone that says other is the enemy. Yeah. Right? So somebody comes, hey, you should take that. You shouldn't wear that.
He would say
you're the enemy because it's us against them.
Yeah, like the devil wants you to like ruin your religion and shit.
And everybody is but when you're deep in it, you got anyone that says the opposite. Like, hey, this is like weird. Like we had to my church that I grew up in. You had to before church on Sunday. We had to meet with a pastor. This is kind of graphic, not really, but we had to tell him the last time we looked at porn and jerked off.
That's a strange thing for him to want to know.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not good for publicity. The guy's asking that people that.
And it's
slower.
And is there like this? And it's like the whole thing where you don't want to lie because you'll get an even.
Yeah, you don't want to lie, and it's like good. Like if they put a lot of shame on you for that behavior, then they can also be like, you got to come here more. You got to like be more invested. It's like a whole. And anyone that goes, hey, that's weird, I would be.
Anybody just ever come in with just like a printed off search history, be like, thump.
Well, we had we had this thing where there's like a lot of shame surrounding sex. This is not like someone in the 1940s. This is me. Growing 10 years ago.
Yeah.
We had this phone app called Covenant Eyes, and it would track everything and it would send your history to your buddy.
So it's like you just
to keep
someone's gonna know what you're up to.
You're like sponsors for each other, essentially, to keep each other.
And you would give the other guy would take your phone, put in the password, and lock it, and then give it back to you.
And you had one of your buddies.
But it would always like try to get around it. You'd be like, massages or something. It's something that's like kind of
Wow.
He goes, John, how's that thing in your neck?
No, he knew. He goes, you going to get a massage at 2 a.m? I was researching, dude.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. But there was like I mean,
it's difficult. It just seems like alcoholism where you have a sponsor. Because it's a hard thing.
Because you don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
But it did help.
Yeah.
If you knew your Google history was going to be looked at by each other every morning, you go, I'm not looking that up.
Well, you might just get a burner phone.
You would. Which is the problem with the religion in a way, because you want to get to a place where if you don't want to do that because you value yourself or your marriage, or you don't want to do it. You have access, but you can refrain, versus you put all these limits and guards on, meaning if you ever got free, you would just...
But I
would go nuts, and that's what happens.
That's not good.
No, it's not good, because I was like told not to never do this. Never, like no one told me to never do cocaine, and I never did it because it wasn't. But they were like, do not ever kiss a girl before you're married.
Well, that's a little biological, like a process, like your hormones.
Yeah. And you go, what?
You have no hormones until you do coke, like.
Oh yeah, nobody. But if they go, do not ever do, you'd be like, what's going on over there? Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
There's got to be tons of those that just rebel out, and the truth is,
everybody does.
I think the problem with a lot of stuff that's like puritanical like that, it's like the people that like a lot of times leave are the most critical thinkers. So you're left with the people that are just kind of blindly follow.
Kind of in
you know what I mean? Because like I think that a lot of people that are probably interesting or whatever, like have the capacity to create something great, like whether that be a company or whatever, are also the type of person that would have to be like, what's with that one? And you're just like questioning everything.
You're unfaithful, or you're like, what?
And if you don't get the right if you don't get the right answer,
definition of face, that's essentially.
And you can't really say a lot of these, you can't really say I'm into like this, and this, but not this. You can't, by the nature of the institution, you can't really.
Well, isn't that why there's a million different Christianities?
Yeah, and they go
that
to the
always
other
confuse the
shit.
Yeah,
they're different denominations.
Because they'll be like, we'll lose that one, and be like, well, you can call yourself something else if you want, but it ain't this.
Well, like our pastor's gonna wear holes in his jeans. Like, well, you go on crazy. Your other one. It's like that's why there's a church on every block.
Yeah, and they're all just like so many forks of.
Somebody told me about males invented like all the religions, but they wanted to keep the stuff that they liked. So they were like, Rastafarian is we're gonna give to the poor. What about weed? Kind of like
it's all just dudes adding in what they like.
Yeah, they're just like, let's keep that. The stuff that they like to do, they somehow like, what about multiple wives?
Hell yeah.
Let's keep that one. But all the other stuff where they just kind of made a little like a box for what you do.
A lot of, I always say my mom always just creates her own religion with a bunch of the different ones.
Yeah.
It doesn't have its own name, but it is that.
Yeah. But then if they go, hey, your neighbor does it, and you're like, let's do this one.
You're like, I think we're a thing now.
Yeah, I think we're a religion.